Alright. Hello, 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 my feathered Goombies. Welcome back to Frankenstein Talks Texas Chain Saw Massacre, the requirements for PC. It's probably a little late. I'm sure everyone's always talking about it, doing this, saying this. But, here's the deal. I got it right here. So we're going to watch it. I got it on Steam. Well, I did the requirements, but we're going to talk here. So, this is the location of how come they're like 8/19? That's crazy. They don't get theirs until like that 19th. Shouldn't it be the 18th today? Ain't today the 18th? Friday's the 18th? Huh. Crazy. So, anyways, so this is the Texas launch timing for Texas Chain Saw Massacre, the game. If you live in Los Angeles, it's 7 a.m. If you live in Austin, Texas, you have this time period like I do. I don't live in Austin, Texas. I live in Crack, USA, which is right here, Methville, USA, which you don't know what that is. That's Missouri. 9 a.m. is all time Central, and then 10 a.m. for New York. I don't know what time zone that is. Okay, that's that. And then here's the requirements for 1080p 30 frames. You need an Intel Core i5 6th Gen or a Ryzen 5 1600. GPU, you need 1060 or an RX 580, which that's just for 10p 30 frames. Like, really? 8 gigs for RAM usage. Storage is 30 gigs, 8 hard drive space. Windows 10, I'm assuming you can probably play with Windows 11. More likely you can. Okay, so now we're getting in a little bit more. 1080p 60 frames, you need an i5 10th Gen or a Ryzen 5 1600, which is still kind of falling between those two right there. Just the i5 is a little bit more juicier. And then now for the GPU side of things, for 1080p 60 frames, you need a 2070, an RTX 2070. That's crazy. And 16 gigs of RAM, which I'm sure by now most PC users have at least 32 gigs of RAM. So, I mean, I got like 64 or 65 or something like that in mine. So, and that's way too much, but I still before to have more RAM than, not have enough RAM, And then this is where it gets interesting. For storage size for 1080p 60 frames, you need 30 gigs of an SSD. Like for 30 frames, you only need a hard drive, but for like 1080p 60 frames, man, you need an SSD. And then 4K 30 frames, you need an i7 10th Gen or a Ryzen 5 500 600X with an RTX 3070 or an RX 6700 XT. That's for 4K 30 frames. Like that's freaking crazy, in my opinion. I don't know if it is, but in my opinion, it kind of is. The game better look damn good to acquire that kind. And then you need 16 gigs of RAM, which once again, I'm sure by now everyone has at least 32 gigs of RAM and their shit. Because games are really RAM hungry nowadays. And then storage, once again, you still need an SSD of 30 gigs. I'm sure you don't actually need an SSD. I mean, I'm going to have mine on the SSD, so. And Windows 10. And then for 4K 60 frames, and they don't say anything about 1440p, but it falls between these right here, and right here in the middle of 1080p and 4K, so. Maybe 9th Gen i7 and maybe a 3060 and 16. I would still say 16, and I would still say an SSD for 1440p. I would say that for 1440p, but they don't have 1440p listed on here. 4K 60 frames, and this one I just my jaw dropped. For 4K 60 frames, you need an i9 10th gen or a Ryzen 7 5800X. Ugh, sorry, and then an RTX 3080 Ti and an RX 6800 XT. I don't know anything about the RX series because I don't use that. I use GeForce graphic cards. I fall under this. I mean, I don't fall under this. I'm above this because I just bought the 4080. But I don't know about this because I got an i7 11700F. So I'm thinking I'm above this too. And like I said, I got I got 65 gigs of RAM, so or something like that. I don't really know. And then I got an SSD, so that's not gonna be a problem. I run Windows 11. And then the platforms is coming out on platform Steam, yes. Windows, sure. Series X, yes. And PlayStation 5, yes. And then I don't know what this means. Xbox. I mean, I don't know what all this means. So I'm assuming maybe crossplay. Oh, we're talking about crossplay. So I guess all these are gonna be able to be cross-played, and these ain't. I don't know. I'm confused on that part. But here's the trailer. Probably get in trouble for trying selling it, but I don't care. I haven't seen it yet.
You think this is a party? Can't count on no one around here. You're only making it harder on yourselves.
Oh, that's gonna be sick. Oh, yes. Get her, hitchhiker. Get her. Is this stab her with a wrench? 8/18/23. Oh yeah, baby. Oh boy, you better run, homie. Oh, that's all they're gonna show us. We all know little homie didn't make it. We all know homie died. This will be the list below. Yeah, crossplay. This is crossplay, I guess. But yeah, no, I'm pretty excited. I'm just kind of concerned about all this right here being too much for some people. Oh no, that's just my opinion. I'm sure a lot of you probably have your own opinions. But, yeah. I got pre-ordered. I just pre-ordered it. See? Coming August 18th. Oh. I thought the day was the 18th, but apparently the day's the 17th. I'm like a day ahead, man. I'm so pumped for Leatherface. I think that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Peace out. Love y'all.